Hello. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's round of readings. For the main part of the readings, the tarot part, I'm using Awaken Tarot. And it's by Team Rive. There's a website on here. It's at the bottom. At the bottom, I want to say it's MYRV. No, am I saying it wrong? MYRYVE.com. Right there at the bottom if you want to find more information about it. Hopefully it's focusing. And there's that information if you want to freeze frame and see what that's about. Supportive Oracle cards. One of my favorite decks. Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. And websites are... I think it's Hay House, right? I'm just a little bit slow. Yeah, hayhouse.com. They're at the bottom. hayhouse.com. If you look up the deck, though, you should be able to find it wherever you want to find it. And last but not least, I have to find a different way to do this part, but I'm still doing it the same way. But thank you for the person who gave me the idea. I keep thinking about it. I'm just not sure how I'm going to do it right now. The dice I use are from the dice shop, mathartfun.com if you want to get them. They're numbered dice, so it's like 1 to 22 for the major arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool, and I use a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and then I use a 4-sided dice to choose the element. So hopefully you can see that. Math Art Fun, I think is what it is. Hopefully it's not glaring. Alright. That being said, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. All right, let's go on to your reading. Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Virgo? Wheel of Fortune comes right out, but I don't think it's a bad thing for you. Okay. Usually I think when the Wheel of Fortune shows up for Virgo, it's kind of like, oh, we're not going to like that. But you got a lot of actually positive cards showing up. So it's kind of like, I don't know, Virgo is also realistic. So the fact that the Wheel of Fortune shows up once in a while, I almost feel like you're like, well, I mean, it's almost kind of like, well, yeah, once in a while it's going to happen. Doesn't matter if I like it or anybody else likes it. It's just going to happen. So maybe it's more of a realistic take on it, kind of like, well, sooner or later something like this happens. Hopefully, now that we got past it, it can be a long time before something like this happens again. Although there's a lot of good cards here. A lot of good cards. So it has something to do with a very strong social connection, or is there something else? When I'm looking at this card, there's a lot of people involved. And the more I look at this, the more I'm questioning if you're on the outside of this. Or maybe you're not completely on the outside, but you don't feel like you're in the inner circle. You might be in the situation, but not in the inner circle. It's almost like if you're working at a company, you're respected as one of the workers, but you're not one of management. Something like, could be something like that. Any day you want to stop. Okay. Page of Cups reversed. And the Tower card shows up too, but this is in the past. You can see where things don't really fit. And I feel like you can see people, I want to say placating each other. Placate, is that the right word? My brain is just completely not coming up with the meaning of that word. It's just not there, but placate. Like people are just not right with each other. They're just kind of like, I'll say what I need to say to you and just keep you happy. Is that placate? Am I right? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. My brain is just not coming up with the meaning of that word. It's just not registering. That's fun. That happens when I read sometimes. And I feel like I'm seeing this I don't really like it, but I see the truth about what's going on there. I really don't know if you want to be closer to the inner circle or not, or if you want to be in this group or not. I really don't know. But you definitely see how it works, and I feel like there's a lot of like, just placating. Just kind of like, whatever keeps you happy. Whatever keeps you happy. That's all. It's almost like people are doing what they need to do over here, and they're letting other people think what they want to think just as long as they stay out of the way. Is that what that is? So you see a little bit more in depth of how this really works. I'm not really thinking you're impressed with it, but it's kind of like, well, that's how that works. And I also feel like when I see the Tower, I'm kind of like, sooner or later that's going to have an issue. Like, I'm expecting that to have that can't go on forever. Sooner or later, I'm expecting that it'll come out in the wash type thing. And I feel like maybe that's what's coming in, because I'm seeing more energy here of like the give and take of the Six of Pentacles. Because that's how I read the Six of Pentacles. There's some giving, but there's some taking, and it depends on what part of it's hitting for you. And I feel like, again, I'm seeing it happen. And how is it affecting you is the question. Again, there's a lot of positive cards here for you. I feel like initially I'm like, even though I'm not really super shocked about it actually happening, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying the process. And I'm getting kind of like, I just got to step back and let it happen. I think this is one of those moments where I just got to step back and let it happen. I don't really have to give my 2 cents about it. It's going to come out. It's coming out in the wash. It's happening. And it's the balance is starting to come in. The give and take is starting to go like, oh, somebody's like taking a look a little bit deeper now. Somebody is realizing that these people over here completely just tell them whatever they have to do to keep them out of the way. And everything they've set up to this point is complete fabrication. There's nothing. It's almost like, if it was a sandwich shop and the people in control are like, we want to make cakes, we want to make cookies. Yeah, we're doing that. And they're making soups and salads. And they're like, and the reason they're doing that is like they think they sell better. So they're just like, oh, as long as the money keeps coming in, they're not going to really bother us. Who cares what they actually want? And they're saying, oh, now we want to start doing boba tea or whatever, or stuff like that, and certain types of coffee and stuff like that. They want to go that direction. They're like, oh, sure, we'll do that, great. And they're just kind of like, yeah, no, just keep doing the sandwiches and soups, and maybe we'll add in, a couple Italian dishes or something. I don't know. Let's not worry about it. And now it's coming forward, kind of like the people who were supposed to take the direction were not taking the direction. So, I'm going to click across the bump here, You're not totally shocked that the proof is it's coming forward. It's coming forward. It's balancing out. I don't feel like you're worried, because it's kind of like, I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. Like, the higher-ups never wanted to talk to me anyway, so what was I supposed to do? I just did what the people that I report to told me to do. That's what I did. They said, buy the stuff for soups, buy the stuff for salads, buy the stuff for a couple extra these things they want to try that are dinners. I just did what they told me. It's not my job to go in there and second guess the people who are telling me what to do. Even though I knew it wasn't right, I'm not going to get involved in that. That's not for me. You hired that person for a reason. That's on you. It's not on me. It's way above my pay grade. I keep getting that too. It's way above my pay grade to start, managing the manager. It's way above my pay grade. I'm not going to do that. It's coming forward. It's coming forward the way I do feel like I like the way it's shaking out, though. It is uncomfortable. I don't really feel like I'm enjoying the process, but I do like the result. I don't feel bad about people getting called out for their ridiculousness. And you don't have to be in the middle of this, is what I'm getting. I feel like I just got to watch, and I just got to pay attention and see how this dynamic really sorts out. Because I'm just kind of like, are they really going to get upset, or our head's going to roll? Or is it going to be like, oh, I guess this is how it's going, and we're just going to pretend like we're mad and then just walk away again and just realize that people are going to do what they want anyway? are we really going to do something? And I'm questioning that. Are they really going to do something? Things could sort out, but are we going to just have a fit and a half for a minute, stomp our feet, hold our breath, and then walk away? Like, is it really going to make a difference? And I feel like I'm questioning that. Is it really going to make a difference? Okay. So it's not that, I'm not feeling like really bad. I feel like I'm more like, does it even matter? It does matter. It can matter. It can matter. Okay. I don't know. This is feeling a little saucy, but let's see. It's feeling a little saucy. We got success coming in with the. It's fertility. I wanted to say futility, which is a totally different word. Fertility. I feel like you're questioning it. I was kind of talking to this card, but now be careful not to feel like, all right, yeah. They showed up, stomped their feet, held their breath. Oh no. But does it even matter? And I feel like I'm questioning it. Like, is this just a show? Because those people are still here. You didn't fire anybody. And whatever they told you, apparently they're still there. And I'm starting to question, like, was this just a horse and pony show? How do you say that? Dog and pony show? Was this just were you amused with your little tantrum? Did it even matter? I mean, you had legitimate reason to be upset, but if you didn't really fix it, why did you bother? And I feel like I'm standing there like, did it even matter? Okay, so that's like, they're saying hopefully you can find a way to not see it that way, but okay, what is this other side? I don't know. This is a saucy one. I feel like this is a saucy one. Ace of Swords reversed and the Chariot upright. This is the advice. We gotta be careful with this. It's saucy. I think it's saucy. The Nine of Swords is a stress card, but then you also got peace with it. You can, I keep getting, again, you knew that this was off balance. You knew that this wasn't really going the way it was supposed to, but you just kind of were like, it's not my, what am I supposed to do? What do you really want me to do about it? Oh, this feels like a coup. You got the Ace of Swords reversed and the Chariot upright. Choose your loyalty. Are you loyal to the ones that are doing what they want no matter what the owners say, for example? Or do you want to be more loyal to the owners? Because once you choose your loyalty, I feel like if you're going to succeed at whatever the situation is, I mean, I'm equating it to like a business situation. Not that it has to be. It's a general read, however it works for you. The Ace of Swords reversed is kind of saying you're going to have to screw one over to get in good with the other. I find that odd that we're saying that way, because it's kind of like choosing your loyalty. And the more I see that Ace of Swords upside down when I'm visualizing it, I don't feel like it's you lying about anything. I feel like, you know, for example, if you choose the owners in this situation, without letting the people you work for directly knowing it, you're passing information that way. Vice versa, if you choose the people you work for directly, you're actually going to become a part of it where you're pacifying the owners and just kind of making sure they stay happy and helping keeping things hidden. I don't feel good about that version, but you got to decide what's right for you. Is this like a choice you have to make? I feel like whatever the situation is, if you don't choose a side, I don't feel like this is going to go well for you. I really hate that it's kind of going that way. Like, if you don't choose a side, let's just be fair. If this reading is hitting, this is weird in my opinion, but again, I said it was saucy. It's saucy. Two of Cups, really? And the High Priestess. If you don't choose a side, then you need to choose if this is the right situation for you. So I guess you do have three choices. I like that better. That feels a lot better to me. Because I was just like, really? Because it's like bad choice number 1 or bad choice number 2 is how it felt. And I was like, you have three choices. three choices. To like either choose one of these sides that are just, I just feel like it's a ridiculous situation, or make a decision like, should I be a part of this? And what other options do I have to be? Do I need to be here? What other options do I have? Because they're saying, if you want life to go well for you, you got one of three options. If this reading is hitting, of course. So it's almost like choose your direct management, choose the owners that are above them, or choose to go somewhere else is basically what I'm thinking. It's an analogy. So for example, if it's a family thing, and say it's your cousins and your grandparents, choose your cousins, choose your grandparents, or choose to just stay right out of the situation. Just even if it's like a holiday event, just kind of like go do something else. Don't even participate in it. Because it's kind of like it's foolishness and you don't want to be a part of it. Do your own personal things with each side without being part of a main gathering. I do feel like, so it's like choose one side or the other, or choose to get out. I feel like choosing to get out. Personally, when I'm feeling that energy, it feels the most peaceful. Because they're saying you really need to choose something actively. If you want this to get better, you need to choose something actively. Whatever this is, this is for them to sort out. You can choose one or the other if you feel it's right. Like, for example, I use the business analogy. If you choose the owners, that could serve you long run. It could. That could actually help you move forward. I can understand somebody choosing that one, because it's kind of like if they actually own the business, seems to me that that's how that should work anyway. If somebody chooses, for example, the management, not the owners, but the management they work with, and that's like, well, that's who I have to deal with every day. That's who I have to appease. That's who's going to move me ahead. If I don't appease them, my life's going to be really difficult. I can understand choosing that one, and I can also saying, you know what, this whole thing's a circus, and I don't want to work in a circus. But if you don't actively choose, that, I guess there's a fourth choice. I just keep going the way things have been going. I feel like I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's just, I'm continuing on a situation that's very damaged. It's like living in an old broken house, and it's kind of like, you know, certain rooms you just can't use, and it's just like the house is slowly falling apart, and we're just, when it gets too bad in a certain area, we just stop going in that area. We just stop using it. What do you want? What do you want from this? It says, make an active choice, decide the outcome you actually want, and go towards it. Because whatever this is, it's crazy. There's more that's going to happen. I don't see this changing, by the way. There's some earth energy here, which normally you would go along with. But I feel like when it's going in a direction that you don't like, I'm getting this is going to keep going the way it's been going. I don't see it really getting better. I just see it kind of going the same direction it's been going. I don't see it improving. So I don't feel like this situation it has a positive ending at one point. I don't feel like it has an upswing. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like the people involved are invested in that direction. I feel like it's more of a, it feels more like a get even type situation to me. So it's kind of weird. What is that? I think I had a spider on me from outside. I do not like that. Just came in from outside, and I think that's where that came from. All right, and that note, that's a fun note. I felt it on me before when I was outside. I must have been on my pants. I'm gonna shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.